My girlfriend is showing off with her friend that I didn't catch her cheating for long time, P2. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. I stayed up so late that night and eventually ended up Facetiming my girl so I would have somebody to be with during this time, and she said she would be there for me. We kept talking and everything seemed as if she was actually remorseful and how we both wanted to repair our relationship until 3 days after my grandmother died. The funeral hadn't even came and Sarah told me she needed space and time to be herself and how she felt codependent of me and how she needed to be single to be able to do anything she wants without worrying about if she could or couldn't do it, and me being in the picture stood in the way of that. She said that she wanted to marry me one day but she needed to have this period so she could be sure that she was doing this because it was her choice. At this point I'm at the lowest point I've ever been in my life and I basically begged her to stay for some dumb reason and she stayed but began to act weird. She started becoming cold and distant and after a couple weeks of a weird place she ended up just breaking up with me. As someone who gave everything to this girl mentally, emotionally and monetarily and she took that and ran with it. I began saving for a ring even before this trip and my entire manhood was just broken by this girl. I tried to resume life as normal but I couldn't. I would cry myself to sleep at night and I didn't know whether I was grieving or hurt about my ex. I would go to class completely zoned out and I couldn't focus to save my life. I even broke down while taking one of my tests which led my instructors to recommend me to a therapist. I tried talking to a therapist and other people but it all led to them basically saying get over it. One night I even got drunk and went to the top of a building and looked down contemplating suicide. After a little while and talks with multiple people I eventually ended up accepting what happened and I contacted her to try to accept the breakup and end things smoothly because anger was the last emotion I needed piled up on top of the low self-esteem, grief, and depression I already had. I called her and accepted the breakup and I guess we both wanted to get things off of our chest and we talked for a bit. After talking for some amount of time the conversation steered to Mark. I ended up asking if they were still talking and if she liked him. She said yes to both questions. She sent me screenshots of what they talked about after deleting a few messages which she admitted to but told me it was nothing, which obviously I didn't believe. She sent Mark screenshots of my messages and told him all of my business with my depression, my grandmother, my suicidal tendencies, and our relationship. She sent him the breakup messages as well to prove to him that she was single because he claimed to not want to get involved in our business. This sent me into a frenzy and enraged me as I did nothing to this girl to provoke that. I was the perfect gentleman and I got dissed all while she was entertaining the bad boy who could care less about this girl. Throughout my anger I never disrespected her, I kept my composure and I asked her why. What did I do to deserve getting treated like this? Why was I getting treated like garbage? She gave me a fake apology after I insisted that I was owed one and she must have had enough of seeing her own wrongs because in the middle of me talking she hung up and blocked me. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take the fact that after all of the wrongs she did to me she still was so stuck in her ways to ignore what she did and get cocky about it. I couldn't take the fact that after all the love, support, gifts, dates, trips, and money spent on this girl, I still got tossed to the side. Long story not so short, I still went through the emotional ups and downs going from angry to hurt and during my anger I ended up cussing her and her mom out but it got me nowhere. For some strange reason I still miss her. I still want to apologize. I still feel empty and I feel as if days go by so slow. It's been weeks since I've been blocked and I don't know where I am anymore. I was left with no self-confidence because the tall handsome guy who could give a fuck about women still wins after I give all my efforts into being the perfect man. I still feel ugly and out of shape. I tried to date and I just ended up not wanting to do anything anymore. I don't know where I am right now emotionally and that's the worst feeling you could have. That's where the story ends I guess, I don't know where to go from here. Here are some best comments from our community. So you have to understand this. She is not worth all this. She is a cold heartless trash person. You need to stop romanticizing her. You need to block her on everything and stop trying to contact her. Let her the hell go. What's wrong with you? Why are you being so clingy and needy? Yes, your grandma passed away, it was traumatic, but why do you feel you deserve to be treated with such disrespect? After you found out what kind of person she was and by the way yes the fuck she cheated. They didn't just sit in a car, stop playing the fool. See the thing you are lacking isn't just self-confidence and self-worth it's actually perspective. 1. You all haven't even been together that long. 2. She does not love or respect you. 3. She cheated on you and used you. 4. Her mother even condoned her cheating. 5. You dodged a fucking bullet, good thing you found out before having kids or getting married. 6. You are better than this. Wake up and start living your life. You are very young and you joined the military for what? To have experiences and make money. Why would you limit yourself being stuck to someone? Look, you have spent enough time feeling sorry for yourself, pity party is over. Get back on Tinder, have a couple of boost fucks and realize you don't need people, especially someone with that kind of mother, in your life. Never talk to her or give her any kind of chance, because I guarantee after she gets all ran through and disrespected, believe me, karma will catch up and she will get fucked over way worse than you, most likely even knocked up and abused. She will definitely try to come back to you when she's all used up, so she can continue to play you for a fool. Let her go, she's not your person. The more time you sit here feeling sorry for yourself, the less time you will be out there having fun and eventually finding your true person. His looks had nothing to do with her cheating. Cheaters cheat, seriously, it is a core flaw that causes cheating. Look at her pos mom, she brags too. Wow. I am generally considered tall, dark and handsome. That didn't matter. My WW Scrooge short man, when confronted she would say, look at him, he is ugly. I would never. You are such a young man, take time for just you, think about your future. I know it is and will be hard. Stop giving this woman free rent in your head soon. She was never worth your time, talents or tears. The day will come where you will thank the heavens for dodging this bullet. So keep on keeping your head down and stay alive. The world needs good men. I'm so sorry for what you're going through, it's not nice and it's tough. You are worth more than you're giving yourself credit for. I think this girl isn't ready to settle down and she doesn't know what she wants. But her messages show quite an immature streak that she's probably got from her mom. She didn't treat you with the trust or respect you deserve, and you are better off without her for now, as hard as that can be to accept. You have already taken the high road with her, and now forgive yourself for losing your cool. Anyone in your position would. Sometimes you are the one that's owed an apology, and I think in this case you are. Also, in the military and relationships are hard. I've had some kick-ass heartbreaks I didn't think would pass, but they did. For now though, it's okay to not be okay. Take each day as it comes, set out things to do and look forward to, think positively. Sounds pathetic, but it does work, and you will be fine a few months down the line. With your mindset, you probably need some time to connect back with who you are and what's important to you. The right lady will turn up one day, but until then you are more than enough on your own. Keep your chin up, time heals. You've been through a lot, and I empathize on the passing of your grandmother. It hurts losing the ones we love. But after the first 3 paragraphs I could see a recipe for disaster. You were falling too fast for a girl you barely knew before leaving for the military. The lesson for next time would be, don't rush into love. Even when it feels like it's meant to be, just take your time. And perhaps there were signs you didn't catch early on before you left for boot camp, because you were only just getting to know one another and were caught up in the new love feels. Try microdosing shrooms. It has helped me get out of depression. Find a reputable distributor. Start with 1 gram and move up to 1.5 and then 2 grams. It really alleviates that depressed state and allows one to move on. There is no point in the high at these dosage levels where you will feel unable to do things, but your supreme happiness/love and completeness will warm you. And there is no come down or hangover, you just are baseline and you realize it as yo or continuing whatever activity you started. I call it the well-being drug when done at lower levels. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.